It's a great day around here because our good friend Cathy Erickson is here. And if pets could talk, it's a segment where you learn something about your pets that you may or may not have known about. But this one here, if you have pets, please stop what you're doing because this is very important.
Well, thank you.
Hi,
Pressure's
welcome.
on.
Yeah, welcome.
So this better be good.
Yeah, no, this is, it blows your mind when you hear about this.
Okay, what we're going to talk about today is xylitol. And xylitol is a sweetener that's found naturally, in berries and plums and corn and oats. It's a natural sweetener, but it's becoming more common in items that people use because xylitol has absolutely no effect on people. As a matter of fact, it's being used more and more because it is a lower calorie sweetener than sucrose or certainly sugar. But the problem is it's absolutely deadly to your dog.
How so?
Well, what happens is xylitol, it's the sugar substitute, and it stimulates the pancreas. Then what happens is more sugar is taken out of your dog's blood, and then they go into a hypoglycemic state.
Low sugar.
Low sugar. But the problem what happens with dogs is that immediately starts affecting the liver, and then if too many liver cells die, your dog is going to die. This is a crisis situation for your dog. So what's happening here is more companies are using xylitol because it's very easy to use. They can say, sugar-free, and we don't necessarily know about it. The big thing we're seeing on Facebook and the internet right now is like, hey, if you use peanut butter for your dogs, and so many of us do, I do, you put peanut butter in Kongs or peanut butter in bones, be very careful because peanut butter could have xylitol. Well, I went to Hy-Vee yesterday, and I looked at every single peanut butter jar on the shelf. No xylitol on Skippy, Jif, all the major brands.
You're lonely, aren't you?
I know. I have no life. It is so sad.
Sunday afternoon, there's Cathy and Ivy looking at peanut butter jars.
I had to wear my reading glasses too because that print is small.
It is small.
But the thing of it is I think what's happening is we're seeing there are some xylitol specific products, particularly for diabetic people, that has probably started this ball rolling. And the problem also is we're not going to know. Nobody's going to send out a press release that says, hey, good news everybody, we just switched from sugars or sucrose to xylitol. So we want to be really careful. What I did find in Hy-Vee was an array of products that do carry it that might, some of it we've known. We've known sugar-free gum has xylitol for a long time.
Yeah, the people checking around at Hy-Vee, boy, this lady really likes gum.
I know. When I was checking out, I'm like, they probably think I really have bad breath. Look at that.
Hold some of these up so we can see them over here.
I'll start over here. In the health market part, you'll see several products that begin with XYL. L. That is probably specifically a xylitol program.
That's a clue right there.
Right, that's a clue right there. And there's nothing wrong with xylitol for people. We just need to keep it away from our pets. This also was one thing that you could find in the section for the specific health market.
And a lot of people are saying, well, I don't feed my dog gum, but we want to remind people this time of season, this time of year, a lot of people are coming over for the holidays, you have guests, and a lot of people chew gum.
Chew gum, they have these products in their purse, and you set your purse down on the floor and the dog is, nobody's watching the dog because everybody's visiting. You have this. Even I found in breath strips. And this is so easy for a dog to pick up and just
start
munch
on it.
And we don't know why our dogs
not to be gross or anything,
do.
but you realize there's some people who just spit their gum out when they're done with it too.
Never thought about that.
And
I knew that was
the dog walks along and decides to eat the gum.
Right, and you know what? Don't do that because that's really bad for birds too. Anyway, if you find that your dog is sitting there chewing on a chunk of any of these items that we have shown, what you want to do is, first of all, you're in a crisis situation. Call your vet immediately or call the emergency.
Do they know how much of the xylitol will affect the animal? Would it be one piece or a pack of gum?
It's more like a pack because it depends on the size of the dog. I think it was about a teaspoon per 10 pounds. So, a piece of gum, if you got a little tiny pocket pet, you're in trouble. You've got a big dog, and you find a whole crunched pack, you're in trouble. So, and this is just not anything to mess with. So you might want to, if your vet tells you, you immediately need to get this dog to vomit because you just found it, okay? So probably no symptoms yet. And the symptoms are seizing and vomiting, actually. But the problem is you want to get that out of their stomach before it's absorbed. That's the trick. So if most people don't know that you can make your dog vomit by forcing 3% hydrogen peroxide down their throat. It'll go in their stomach. It'll bubble up.
It'll foam up.
Yep, and they'll throw up.
Didn't realize that.
Also salt, and I believe that's also 1 teaspoon to about every 10 pounds, but you need to repeat it about every 10 or 15 minutes.
We actually have a syringe taped to the side of our hydrogen peroxide because Harry, over the years, has eaten so many bad things. You know, you just squirt it down their throat, they go out and hack it up, and that's it.
So that does work for you then?
It works,
I haven't heard that before.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
A friend of mine's dog got up on a counter and ingested a big chunk of grapes, and the vet said, how make him throw up? And she's like, well, how do I do that? And so it was funny, she did just that, took him outside. He didn't right away, but of course as soon as he came back in the house,
And then he did.
Let me get over this carpet over here.
Exactly. So the xylitol warnings are true. Be careful, when you have friends over for the holidays, make sure purses are up, make sure the children know. Children don't know any different, and they've got some mints or
they
candy.
Want to share.
And sugar-free candy. It's even in baked goods. Some people actually bake with xylitol, again, low carb, and they want to, they share this. Just let's not be feeding people food to the dogs, and then we don't have any problems. But make sure your guests know, make sure the kids know, and maybe make sure the dogs are up. So we can keep them safe.
Something to keep in mind, especially this week coming up.
Right,
lots
the
of people.
whole holiday season.
Right.
So it's important.
All right.
And you have some big events coming up as well.
We do. We've got the Paint Your Pet with the Great Plains Pointers. They're such a fun group. I love them. Always Amy Hines having her Pit Stop Adoption Day coming up this weekend, always on Saturdays. And APE, Animal Protection and Education, has their microchip clinic over at Wholesome Pet Essentials in Ankeny.
Wonderful. Yeah. And also for more information about things animal related, muzzlebump.com is the place where you can find all the information that Cathy posts.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Good job. Thank you as always.
Thank you, Lou.
Thank you. And by the way, no offense, but here. Okay,
Cut it out.
We'll be right back. This is a great day.